The other day in a video I very briefly touched on some of the negativity surrounding Starfield because there's definitely a lot of it. You see it constantly, whether it's people on YouTube, crappy websites, or just people crying on Twitter. Now the first thing you've got to understand is why there's so much negativity recently. And there's a few reasons I'll cover, but the main reason at the end of the list. Reason one is quite simply PlayStation fans, right? Now look, I'm not trying to call out all PlayStation fans, not at all. I definitely prefer my PlayStation 5 over my Series X. I've always been massively honest about that, despite my channel focusing mostly on an Xbox exclusive game in Starfield. But there's sadly a lot of people with the very childish mentality of it's not on my console, so I need to say it sucks, right? And that's just few people, but the second reason is because of Fallout 76. Fallout 76 left a bad taste in people's mouths, to say the least, and that's understandable. Bethesda did massively fuck up with Fallout 76, there's absolutely zero denying that. That's just the sad truth. They lied, they sold an unfinished product, and put a massively loved single-player franchise in an online state filled to the rim with microtransactions. Now I actually think 76 is a somewhat decent game now, but obviously because of this, a lot of people now just straight up hate Bethesda and don't trust their games. Now, me personally, I don't think that this is fair, at all. Bethesda Game Studios have released nothing but amazing games up until Fallout 76 release. They messed up once, at least for the most part, and it wasn't even the core team that worked on Fallout 76. Like, the people working on Starfield didn't work on Fallout 76. So I think they honestly deserve the benefit of the doubt, especially when it comes to Starfield, because it looks pretty great, to say the least. Now this then leads to the hate train, right? People see the hate and jump on board with it, even if they don't know what any Bethesda game is, or if they've never even touched a BGS game before. They just give the game hate because they see other people doing it, but the main reason is clicks. There's a ton of, quite frankly, moron YouTubers out there that are doing nothing but shitting on Starfield every single day in every single video, and quite frankly, it's pathetic. I have a few good people in mind that I won't mention, but I'm sure that many of you know exactly who I'm thinking about. The reason they do this is because it gets them views, that's it. Half of them probably don't even think Starfield looks bad. The sad reality is that negative videos get more views than positive. Like I said in my video the other day, if all I did was make negative content, my like ratio, subscriber count, views and watch time would all skyrocket compared to what I get now. Because people use these videos to sort of fuel their own justification for hating games for no reason. And look, you might think Starfield looks bad, and that's absolutely fine. If you have no interest in it, then that's cool. We're all allowed an opinion. But I'm saying, why make content on it? Why even talk about it? There's no reason besides the fact that it gets you views, right? Which then leads to these people getting more money every month. Again, like I said in my video the other day, I think that one of the most, if not the most popular video game franchise in Call of Duty is pure dong water. I can't stand it. I think it's an awful game. But I've never once made a Call of Duty video because I have no interest in it. There's no reason for me to sit here and shit on it once a week or twice a week or however many times. It's pathetic, but it is what it is, and that's the main reason Starfield is getting a ton of hate, at least from what I can gather. Think about it this way, most people would agree that Red Dead Redemption 2 is an amazing game, and I think it is, it's one of my favourite games of all time. But if I made a video titled Red Dead Redemption 2 is amazing, and just spoke about how great it is for like 8 minutes, nobody would really watch that. However, if I made a video titled Red Dead Redemption 2 sucks, and I cried about it for 8 minutes, that's obviously going to attract viewers because they'll click on the video and think, why the hell doesn't this dude like Red Dead 2, right? I hope that you can sort of see my point now. Again, I've said it before and I'll say it again now. If you don't think Starfield looks good, that's fine. Just don't talk about it. I really don't understand why we need to spread this negativity everywhere, and honestly, the more these people shit on the game, the more it looks like they care anyway. And look, Starfield might be the worst game to ever exist when it releases, I have no fucking idea, I haven't played it. I just think it looks good, I'm a big Bethesda fan, and I love space, and I'm excited for it, so I talk about it at least 3 times a week on my channel. Again, I've said it before, if Starfield sucks, which I don't think it will, I'll give it a bad review when I ultimately review it, and then I'll move on to other content. The world is negative enough. Video games, especially big immersive RPGs like Starfield, should be our escape from that, not an excuse to spread more negativity. Just celebrate games, man. You don't need to shit on one to try and praise another. Does it suck that Starfield isn't, say, coming to PS5? Yeah, because in my opinion, everyone should get to play any game they want, despite their choice of console, unless the console simply cannot handle the game, such as some PC exclusives requiring more buttons than a controller has. But the reality is, it isn't coming to PS5, so move on if that's what you're upset about. I think it sucks that Insomniac's Spider-Man isn't on Xbox because it's an absolutely fantastic game, and every Spider-Man fan should be able to play it. It doesn't matter what console you're on. But unfortunately it isn't. That doesn't mean I'm going to bitch about it on YouTube or Twitter or whatever every single day. Honestly, I think that we just need to start ignoring these people. I mean, I already do. You all know I absolutely hate negativity, and making negative content is not my thing. I try my hardest to get away from it and let my channel and my Discord be a very positive place that you can go to. Because that's my ultimate goal with YouTube, to just create a loving community, no hate, no negativity. If you don't like something, just shut up and don't talk about it. Just a bunch of people that love games, because that's all we are, gamers. So let's just love games, celebrate games, and stop bitching about them. Honestly, I didn't even really want to make this video, but a few of you did ask me to discuss this further and go, a little more deep into it, and hopefully this will be the last time that I discuss it. I'm so excited for Starfield, I can't wait, and yeah, some things are a little disappointing. Like, I think land vehicles, for example, would have been really fun in Starfield, but again, there's no reason to hate the game just because they don't have drivable cars. It just would have been cool. So just stay positive, ignore these people. If you're excited for Starfield, then don't let anyone try and make you feel differently. But anyway, look, I am going to wrap it up here. Too long didn't read. If you dislike a game or how an upcoming game looks, say that and then move on. You don't need to spend your life trying to make others feel bad for being excited and happy. If you are one of these people shitting on video games and things that others enjoy every single day on the internet, then please do everyone a huge favour. Get out of your mum's basement, go outside and touch some grass. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, I kindly ask that you do leave it a like before you go. It really helps out the channel and myself more than you can imagine. And look, if you do want to stay around for positive Starfield content, we're usually a lot happier than this around here, I promise, then consider subscribing. I've got you covered. I talk about everything from Fallout to Elder Scrolls, especially Starfield, news, leaks, discussions, breakdowns, all of that good stuff that you're used to. So if that's what interests you, then consider subscribing. I've got you covered. And lastly, as always, a huge, massive thank you to our channel members. Your support truly means the world. I can never, ever thank you guys enough. So thank you so much for being here. But look, that's all I have to say. So with all that said and done, thank you all so much for watching, and I really hope to see you next time. Peace.